Well, guys, for a change, it seems as though I have powerful internet, and there is a very strong and positive reason for that right now. So I hope you guys are going to stay tuned for this entire live session tonight. I told you guys I would be back. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to publishing my videos for you guys over the course of the weekend. So the last video, like session video I did for you guys was 2 weeks ago. Guys, I'm finally back from Cape Town. I now have some chance. I got a massive pitch that is happening tomorrow for us and our businesses. So I've been preparing for that. So thank you for your patience. I truly appreciate it. From then on outwards, from tomorrow afternoon, it's my birthday tomorrow, guys. I will be celebrating my birthday with my family tomorrow. And then from Wednesday, you guys will have absolutely non-stop attention right here in this bull cycle. So guys, I have tons and tons of crazy awesome stuff to share with you throughout the session. So make sure to subscribe to my channel here tonight, and of course my Twitter page. As you guys can see here, I do share with you when I am going live, and I have just been somewhat active over the last kind of few days, just sharing a few things with you from other pages on the X scene. So guys, in this session, I can assure you right now, you're not going to want to miss out on a single moment here with me, because I have proof after proof after proof after proof that you are going to kick yourself in the ass knowing that you do not own nearly enough Bitcoin right now in your bags. Okay. And we are going to have a wonderful session over the next short moment. So make sure to stay tuned. I'm a little bit earlier today because I have committed to you guys. So I'm going to spend the full hour with you guys, absolutely blasting. Make sure to subscribe to the channels, and let's delve right into this crazy, awesome content. I will be sharing charts in between here and there. And let's, of course, start off with the most craziest scenario here, which is the doomsday clock of the Dixie, because the Dixie right now is being rejected from this point and this point, essentially above this moving average. It's floating sideways, guys, but truly you were going to see a potential reversal here. This is a strong volume candle, strong push down, strong rejection at this current point that you guys can see pretty much this entire journey right there on my white horizontal level. So, that's just what it is, guys. And we have lots more to share with you. So stay tuned, because right now, all I want to share with you guys is that there are so many crazy things about to unfold, especially considering where we're at in this market. So let's go and start off with our incredible market right now. We're down 1.5% for the day today, even though we're at $2.47 trillion in market cap. So many coins have been pumping. As usual, there's coins that pump in the space every day, and there's coins that drop in the space every single day. But continue to remember that Bitcoin, and this is something so important that I want to share with you right now at the beginning of my session, guys. So before I do, make sure to use my links, because I'm going to share some trades with you guys that are setting up insanely over the next few days. Use my Bybit link down below, get up to $30,000 deposit bonus. Use my Bitflex link down below, get yourself up to $88,888 bonus. Together, that's $128,888 bonus. And you can come and trade the Moses out of all of these coins wherever you want, guys. So let's not waste a single second. Bitcoin currently sitting down 1.8% over the last 24 hours, but it's still sitting at a $1.25 trillion market cap. Tether continues to pump. It's now sitting close to a $111 billion market cap. Insane. BNB is up to $90 billion at the pit of the bear market. This thing was sitting at I think a ridiculous $22 billion, guys. So BNB is already 4x since it started. Solana's at 68 billion. USDC continues to print too. Ripple is pumping. Dogecoin is pumping. Guys, you have no idea. And I'm going to leave this here right now. I'm specifically going to log into the Bitcoin aspect of this. But today, the fear and greed index is sitting at 71. And we're still in the greed phase. But yet, the market seems so uncertain right now, except for those that have been here for as long as I have. Guys, I've been talking to you guys about Bitcoin for like 4.5 years now. And you guys, I really appreciate every single one of my subscribers that have been following me over this time. If you are not yet following me, make sure to follow me, because I do have crazy stuff that I will be sharing with you throughout this live session, plus a number of trades, plus you guys can get some incredible bonuses. That's why you guys are here with me on the Crypto Bliss channel. So thank you for your help with my business happenings. You know, guys, we have to take care of where the funding comes from for me to put into my crypto as well, from my personal perspective. Other people who are full-time in crypto just make money from crypto. And actually, the amount of money that I have made from crypto already is insane. So, you know, if you've been watching my videos, I will leave links up here for you guys. There are some really awesome videos to go and check out. So, doesn't matter where the fear and greed index is, doesn't matter what our Morales money bubbles look like, because somewhere in the red, somewhere in the green today, and we're pretty much chop around over the next couple months while we prepare ourselves for the next move up. I think we're in kind of a sideways move at the moment, but we'll have a look at that on the charts, and you guys will let me know what your thoughts are down below. All right, guys, that's enough of that. So that is, of course, Bitcoin. And of course, Bitcoin, if you guys recall, not so long ago, in the not too far away, kind of November 17th, guys, less than 1 year ago, Bitcoin was just at like $15,500. We're now sitting at $63,000, getting ready, kind of finding the stability on the previous all-time highs over here, getting ready to literally absolutely explode, inhale more market cap from what it is that I'm about to show you throughout the rest of the session. Make sure to stay tuned, because you guys are not going to want to miss out on this. Now, I am extremely and extraordinarily bullish on everything right now that I am about to share with you. The entire crypto space I am bullish on. Bitcoin I am bullish on. And that's exactly why you guys are watching today's live stream, which is absolutely all hell is about to break loose. And that is not a bad thing. That is an incredible moment for us, because, guys, as I said to you 3 weeks ago, not too long left anymore before we start to see explosions. I hope you have been accumulating, because I have been dipping into all of these assets while we have been seeing these charts just kind of fall to the side. Now, an analyst predicts rallies for the altcoin market, says top meme coin has fully confirmed that there is a new macro uptrend. Now, remember that normally it's meme coins that start to move very fast first. And we haven't quite seen that meme coin push that we intended to see usually. Now, this is the altcoin market cap. We're going to have a look at this. This is from Rec Capital. A smash, a pullback, a smash, a pullback, and a bounce. I have been talking to you guys about that for an incredibly beautiful amount of time now. If you guys have been subscribed to my channel, you would know that I have been talking about this for an exceptional amount of time. And right now, you guys can see that that is currently happening in this altcoin chart. So I would not be fooled by anything else. Just like I said to you, smash up, smash down, smash up, sideways, smash up. It's the same concept here, guys, except right now on the altcoin side of things, with decent buy volume coming in over the last two green candles, okay, we are literally seeing a test off of this area, test off of this area in good volume, with strong buy wicking volume coming back up. Right now, we're getting ready. These are wick candles. I call them wick candles, guys. They're wick candles or tail candles. These candles are to tell us that, no, we are not yet ready to go down. Okay, now I want to show you something very, very important on these beautiful charts, because once we do essentially get above the moving average of the 20 and we find some support here, look at this candle. It's not exactly the same, okay, but it is pretty much almost the same. Touchdown onto the 20, and then we have just one candle, and then the momentum starts, guys. Once you get that momentum, this does not stop, okay? So right now, essentially, I would say to you that we are building a very, very similar pattern to what it is that we are in Bitcoin. Now, why is that? Because altcoins follow Bitcoin, and that's exactly why you're actually going to take your altcoins and hopefully trade them into Bitcoin. And that's why we continue to look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, because the Bitcoin dominance chart tells us when to buy Bitcoin and when to buy altcoins, and when to sell altcoins into Bitcoin, and then when to take profits from Bitcoin into stablecoin. Okay, now that's the thing, is I will keep accumulating my bags of Bitcoin, and throughout this video I'm going to show you exactly why, because that is the most profound thing that we could see here right now. Even though we're getting a good bounce off of this kind of horizontal, you can see after the Bitcoin halving time, we're kind of in a falling wedge pattern here. So I don't expect us, even if we have a bit of a fake out over here and then a pullback, this takes time. But we have seen buying momentum starting to kind of slow down. But I don't believe we have actually seen the real and true buying momentum, guys. Think about this very carefully right now. Look at the volume and the momentum that came in here from sell pressure as well as buy pressure that happened before, in order for this sell pressure to continue to take place. So I think we're going to see a massive push in Bitcoin. Then we will see that final transition out into altcoins, because the altcoin chart, unfortunately, altcoin season index just isn't ready yet. And if you guys want to see that, I've shown you guys that a number of times. I'm not going to show you that in this video once again, because there are others that I do want to share with you. So now, this is the tricky thing about Bitcoin, is that we are seeing this in the total 3. It's a cup and handle pattern. The same thing is forming on our Bitcoin chart. And if you guys want to go and have a look at that, I'll share that with you in a short moment. I hope you guys are enjoying this absolutely awesome and crazy content. And if you are, I hope you guys, you know what. So let us go and have a look at where we're at in this chart here and see the Bitcoin chart for what it actually is. So, you know, for some of us, we have really been doing very, very well in the Bitcoin space. If you have, make some noise down below. Guys, clearly the internet is shabalabbing me. Okay, but again, so really much love and beautiful blessings, real assets, real returns, secret billionaire coin, guys. I hope you haven't missed out on that one. If you have, go check it out, go check it out, go check it out. All right, let's go and finally have a look at our Bitcoin chart and where we're at in this section, because right now, essentially, there is multiple reasons that we are seeing Bitcoin form that cup and handle pattern that I have been talking about. But essentially, you can see here that Rec Capital believes that Dogecoin, because it's broken out of its very much descending pattern, is getting ready to make a crazy, crazy pump to the upside, because it is finding support. So break out of the pattern, retest of the pattern, find support on the pattern, all happening at that horizontal and downsloping level. That is very, very, very extraordinarily bullish. And, you know, essentially the same thing is busy happening for Bitcoin, except Bitcoin is looking very macro bullish. And see, guys, I haven't even sorted out my things here. But Bitcoin, essentially, as you can see, is also building that very much beautiful candle that is bouncing off of the 20. Now, I want to go and show you guys something. Look at how, first of all, we're bouncing off of this zone right here. We pulled up right here. Here right now, we can wick down, we can test, we can even pull all the way back down to the 57,500 level right now. and we would still remain extraordinarily bullish, building ourselves a new candle. Now, if we zoom in a little bit here, guys, this is where you need to eyeball your charts a little bit. And this is where, like good traders, if you guys are following my channel, you would know that we teach you this in the channel every now and then. Now, this candle, very strong buy volume back above my zone here. This is why I put my smiley face here so very long ago for you guys, like a few months ago, telling us that we would literally be finding support on this horizontal box here, which we have. These candles, not one, since this breakup here, not one of these candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 candles, 11 weeks have remained above my purple box here. Very, very strong support zone, would you say? Thank you very much. Now, okay, it is just gathering its momentum to get its momentum to break out of this area. Now, I do want to point something to your wonderful attention that on this chart, you can see here, this particular chart, we have actually built a very strong cup pattern. Here is the handle that I drew for you guys. I mean, I don't even know when I drew. I mean, I drew this thing for you 100 years ago, basically. Not really, but yeah, long time ago, because I think I drew it like somewhere down here because we were kind of building that parabolic level. So somewhere down here. But anyways, look at this pattern. Yeah, it was around here because I said, let's go like this. Now what happened? Guess what? We kind of bounced off of this level, find a bit of consolidation. Just like I said there, we busted up here. We didn't hit a hard rejection here to pull back to the same level, but we actually pulled back to this level where I said that this would break out. So this essentially would have moved to more something like this, really, actually, pulling to that level. And that line should have been extended. Now, this is something that I believe that we're about to break out of. That cup and handle pattern where we're finding a support line on this handle, getting ready to make our move to the upside. Okay, this handle pattern, or this pattern, brings us up to the $122,000 level as the price target out of this pattern. But that for me would only be the next move, the first move out of the breakout. And this is why I am still so extremely bullish on Bitcoin, because if we now go and have a look at all previous cycles and what has previously happened in Bitcoin, and I'd like to go back right down to what happened after the first halving point here for us, so that we can conceptualize what it is that I've just shared with you before I show you the rest of the news, continuing to tell us why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin, other than the charts actually don't lie. They speak for themselves, okay? Because that just is what the truth is. Now, doesn't this candle look all too damn familiar, right? Even though it's red, green, if these candles were all pretty much the same, in fact, if they were all the same color, you would see that we are starting to get now the next fresh move and that support level because of the buy up. Even if we sit sideways here for a little while, this happened after the halving where we had this candle wick down like that. Then there was capitulation before a strong move and a ride up over that move. Now, essentially, this move here is very likely going to be the first move out of the cup and handle pattern before we continue up through the next moves, okay? Then we had the next move, the next move, and the next move. And guess what? The next move that bounced ridiculously high to that next move over there. So that is one move, two moves, three moves, four, kind of, I would say, sorry, let's go zoom back in there. So one move, two move, three move, four move, five moves. So 5 moves there, guys. All right, let's go and have a look at the pattern repeating once again. If it does repeat, that would be wonderful. Now, obviously, it doesn't always repeat the same. Now, there is none of that same type of candle happening here essentially. However, what I would like to say at this point in time is that that candle could have been the moment that told us that we were getting ready to go long, which ironically pushed us up before the halving, okay? Which we just did. We pushed up before the halving because that essentially was the hopium around Bitcoin's halving cycle, and Bitcoin should have been pumping before the cycle, okay? Because this would have been a new era, except then we had COVID blow us out the park, a black swan event, and then people were like, hell no, we buy. So the same thing. Move 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this was 4 moves. So I would like to go on the premises that we do a 4, let's call it a 4.5 move. Okay, fine. We'll do a 4.5 move. Now, we have been down here, okay, ever since we were down here. We kind of capitulated at this zone over here. There was our first candle above the 20, telling us that we were getting ready to make our next move up. Guess what? We then made a crazy pump. Here was our next candle, and then now that we have reached the halving point, we still have approximately a 5-move scenario potentially brewing on the edge of this. Considering that this tapped into the 6-1, into the 786 zone right here, okay, plus tapping onto the 20, plus pulling this candle, I would not be surprised if we kind of sat around and just hovered in this area before we kind of started to do something like that. And then had our absolutely ridiculous parabolic run after the fact that we reached that 200 days of capitulation, more or less, that we somewhat had previously. But that still goes up. So I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to flow off of the 220 and then starts to have the parabolic run at that point. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about that. I'd like to hear your thoughts. But if we were to get an estimated next 5-move scenario, right, I would then essentially say that our 5-move scenario would happen 1, 2, and this is why we could potentially see a very massively extended bull cycle. Now, actually, I need to pull this down closer because this is how the market cycles, and I'd like to extend that up here because I really think that we are going to get to at least my 300,000 level up here, at least my 300,000 target in Bitcoin. So that is going to be my interesting target scenario that I would like to say that we find ourselves witnessing these ridiculous punches at these 2.6, the 3.6, and 4.236 levels, guys. Even here at this 100,000 level, it's going to be a massive psychological level. That's why it's at the 1.6 level. So smash up here, reject, smash, retest that level, bounce up. It is just unbelievably inevitable that this is going to happen. So the bull cycle for me is about to continue like crazy. If you're enjoying this, please, guys, you know what to do. You know what to do. Alrighty, so let's move on to our next beautiful set of news. Now, bearing in mind that, of course, Bitcoin is currently sitting at a $1.2 trillion market cap. If we were to see Bitcoin head up to a 300,000 level, that's a 5x from where we are. That would take us only to about a $6 trillion level on Bitcoin. I honestly think Bitcoin will do a much better scenario than that. But let's just say all things being equal, and we somewhat follow a similar pattern from previous cycles, this is what we could potentially see. So Crypto Trader says that 3 altcoins are his golden tickets, flips bullish on 1 meme coin with an absolute monster chart. So the first one is Near, second one is Pepe. Guys, I'm going to show you some coins just now that this is massive. On so many altcoins, we are seeing absolutely insane. Look at this. Okay. I am going to show you some charts in a little while. That's where we will get to some of the juicy parts. So let me know down below in the comments if there are some coins you'd like to tackle that I can share with you the setups that we could potentially be looking at. Now, shoulder, head, shoulder. Perfectly obvious. The next move out of this is going to be from that wick pretty much to that wick, out of the neckline target right there. That would give us a crazy next kind of maybe 50 to 100% move on these particular coins happening next. That's Peppy. Then the same is happening for Floki, shoulder, head, shoulder. And I'm going to show you a bunch more that are pretty making shoulder, head, shoulder patterns right now. Not only that, are we really seeing like Bitcoin whales gobble over 47,000 Bitcoin, guys? Would you like me to just give you some sort of idea what that looks like? 47,000 Bitcoin is worth nearly $300 million, guys. $300 million in 24 hours amidst the new era of Bitcoin. Holy, if you guys actually think that the purchasing of Bitcoin is currently stopping, excuse my French, but fuck, I cannot help you anymore. I cannot, because that is just ludicrous to see that we have seen the most insane amount of purchases since the ETF announcement. Then this purchase has been the biggest and most engulfing of the entire purchases ever made through Bitcoin. You can see that if I just chop this here and dropped it down to the base level here, you would see that the volume that has recently come in has been the most insane volume that has come in. Do you think they're going to sell at these current levels? No, that is not going to happen. And that's why I need to show you these charts, guys, because essentially we continue to look at the Federal Reserve and what they're doing. They don't stand a chance. They're going to continue to pause interest rates. We are currently in the second longest interest rate pausing moment in the history, or in history since 89. Okay. You can see here, 2006 to 2007, pre-2008 market crash was the longest we held that. 15 months of holding. We are only in about month 8 of holding, or 8th month we've just gone past in May, because May is the next decision. So that'll take us to 9. We potentially have another 6, maybe even to go further, pauses of interest rate decisions on the moment. Because if they do decide to raise lower interest rates, that is going to be the signal that the market is going to crash. Now, do I believe we'll see the market crash in crypto? I'm not so sure. I think money is going to continue to flow into crypto, especially into Bitcoin, being the craziest safe haven. Now, guys, there's so many videos going around today. So I'm not going to be one of those people that's showing you the same content, regurgitating the same content. So for showing you stuff that nobody else has shown you today and over the last few days, I need you guys to know that I'm bringing to you top quality alpha here, because everybody and their uncles in crypto have been showing you all of the charts about Euro, ECB, and all kinds of people not actually knowing what printing of money is, what that actually means, and mistakes of use of language. Now, they don't even know what printing money is, but I guess people like yourselves and myself do, and that's why you subscribe to the channel, because we know what we're talking about here, and that is exactly why I bring you to such a chart right now. Because if you look at Bitcoin, it's a little bit more than this right now, but if you look at Bitcoin, it's a tiny little blip in the market compared to, and this is proof, this is irrefutable proof. Because the dollar, I showed you the dollar chart. It is going to die. It is going to fall off a cliff. I don't know if you really need me to show you much more about the dollar. I think it is just imminent and inevitable that you guys can see that. For that, subscribe to the channel even. Okay, Gold is sitting at $11.38 trillion market cap. The US stock at 48.56. The global stock market is sitting at about 96 trillion. Now, I want to go and show you something here because on companies' global market cap, which is a total of about 8,400 companies, this has since this chart, which I don't know when it was done, but yeah, anyways, shout out to the gent that did that. But basically, that's pushed up to now a $103.6 trillion market cap. Gold being sitting at 15.6, Microsoft at 3, Apple at 2.7, Nvidia at 2.3, Google at 2, Amazon at 1.9, Saudi at 1.9, silver at 1.55, Bitcoin at 1.25. So Meta at 1.16. So guys, we're smashing these two now. We're obliterating these two. We're comfortably sitting at position 9 on this chart. And that's why I left this open for you guys, because as you can see, we're only at a $1.25 trillion market cap. And Bitcoin is about to start inhaling some of these market caps. All right, because of the liquidity flow of these going into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is now officially becoming and this needs no explanation. This absolutely needs no more explanation. This should be absolutely irrefutable evidence that global money supply is more than the stock market. Global real estate market is 290 trillion. Global debt is more than the global real estate market, sitting at 300 trillion, and global wealth is sitting at 370 trillion. So all things being equal, and all of the trading and money being made from there, the true real wealth of the world is only essentially about $70 trillion, guys. So that is fucking massive. Still, it's massive, 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 massive. And if true wealth had to come into Bitcoin on its own, taking it even just a slight fraction of one of these, you are going to see multiple people come into the space. Now, bearing in mind that Bitcoin, it has a limited supply of 21 million Bitcoin, okay? And I actually want to go and search this global, current global population. I'd love to go and share this with you right now in this moment, because if I take the circulating supply of Bitcoin, okay, let's go get my calculator out even. I don't even know if my calculator is even going to help us in this instance because it might not even fit. But okay, 19 million. Okay, let's get this right. 19,609,000. We're going to be to the T, 846 million Bitcoin that are in circulation right now, with a total population of, let's get the calculator out here, divided by 8,107,474. And bearing in mind, all things equal, bearing in mind that everybody on the planet could buy some Bitcoin, okay? Not everybody can. And I'm going to show you something else that is going to absolutely freak you the epic out. So 474,119 equals 0.00242922 Satoshi. That is how much one person would have if all things equal. The remaining amount of Bitcoin was split equally between every single person on the planet. That's how much Bitcoin everybody would have. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've been accumulating a lot of Bitcoin recently, and I certainly have at least 100 people's quota. That means these last little suckers here actually don't have that Bitcoin, let alone everybody else that has a lot more Bitcoin. And Wales accumulating 47,000 Bitcoin. Do you see what it is that I'm trying to tell you guys now? That you cannot tell me that Bitcoin is not the number one asset on this planet anymore, regardless of what any of this is right now. Bitcoin is the king of assets, and irrefutable evidence that all of this is just being put into perspective, because none of this actually matters anymore when we have a look at some of these beautiful charts from the CoinGecko global cryptocurrency market cap charts. The total crypto market cap chart essentially is going to show us some really cool things. Now, bear in mind that there's 14,000 coins in crypto right now. Most of those, I wouldn't be surprised if we left with 69 coins, guys. I don't know. I probably have like 60 coins in my portfolio. I am very nicely spread amongst a number of these beautiful narratives, from meme coins to DPIN to Bitcoin to ETH, to gaming, to all kinds of really very, very cool different assets. Now, you tell me consolidate into a few. Well, I like what I have done in my portfolio. And if you guys would like to see my portfolio, and obviously you'd like me to share some of my portfolio or my full portfolio with you guys, let me know down in the comments, and perhaps I do a full video for you guys sharing that with you, so you guys can see what it is that I've done, how much it is that I've invested, how much I've made, and then how much I am intending on making by the end of this bull cycle with my potential price targets for my entire portfolio, essentially. So let me know down below in the comments if you'd love to see that in a video, and I will do that for you guys. Now, BTC dominance chart, you can see here, BTC is the blue, so you can see, okay, BTC is literally just dominating everything here, guys. It is just what it is. ETH is dominating too. Then you have this here where you have DeFi market cap, which is actually over time also just continued to go up, guys. It is going up non-stop. The same thing with the stable coins. I've showed you guys the stable coin. This is Tether. The blue line is Tether. Tether just completely is making magic happen in the space, guys. We're on the way. Tether has now surpassed this crazy level, and you can see that some of these others are starting to pull and stretch up, and USDC, being that purple one, is starting to do the same. Now, not only that, you can see that altcoin market cap has forever. This little blip here was from a $2 billion market cap right up to a $500 billion market cap, guys. That is a 25x gain in altcoins. Okay, in that little blip. It doesn't even look like much. Then you had the 88 billion to the peak there. $1.7 trillion. That's a 20x. So 25x, 20x. Let's say the next one does a 15x. Okay, let's actually go and have a look at the total 3 market cap, and let's go and see where a potential of a 15x could happen from the bottom. If you guys are enjoying this so far, subscribe to my pages, please. You know that the support and the good alpha is here to stay. And if you guys want to trade with me, use my links down below. You can get some crazy stuff, guys. We'll talk about some of my trip in 1 or 2 other videos, but right now that's not relevant to this video because all hell is going to continue to break loose. Now, I want to show you guys that if we essentially were a 20x here, let's just go and say that we were to do a 15x from here up. Okay, so right now a 15x would be a 1,500% gain. Okay, let's not overextend ourselves, but let's get to that 1,500. Isn't it ironic that the 1,500 level is around this is around the $4.5 trillion level that I said here. So between 4.5 and $8 trillion level is what I expect altcoins to do this season in the cycle. Now, because there are incredible altcoins out there that are doing and performing absolutely incredible functionality, and that's exactly why I would like to continue to revert to you guys. That even though altcoins fall on their freaking asses like 99%, since the beginning of time in crypto, from a very, very tiny, small little $86 million market cap, we have seen the altcoins grow all the way to a $1.7 trillion market cap. That in its entire life is a 1,700x gain. Wow. I'm speechless. We're going to continue to rise. Now, guys, I hope you are enjoying this. If you are, make sure to make some noise for me down below, because what I'm about to share with you is about to blow you out the water, because these are the last few graphs and charts that I want to share with you, the absolute irrefutable evidence that you should not be missing out on Bitcoin in any way whatsoever. And before I do that, I want to take you to where we're at in silver, because silver and gold, as we look at them on the charts, we can see that silver and gold are doing the same as all the other cryptos that I have been sharing with you, essentially breaking out and pulling back, finding that retest on support, and now then essentially getting ready to make its next bullish leg to the upside. So I don't know about you, but I ain't selling any of my assets now. It would be absolutely premature, like a premature ejaculation. And I just want to tell you guys that that is not where you should be looking, because right now from there to the peak is that's a 2x, let alone breaking out of it, which is probably going to come up to like $100 level as a breakout move and as a breakout pattern. Essentially, that would be building, probably with some time, this massive cut pattern, and the handle, just like gold, has already intrinsically done on its own over this period of time. And you can now see how silver, as much as it's pumping, it is still lagging behind gold, because silver hasn't yet made a new all-time high. But when we start to see silver run, guys, I can tell you something, that silver is going to run so fast you are not going to be able to catch silver. So silver is going to give us a nice 3, 4, maybe 10x at the absolute most. But in crypto, we're going to see way more than that. Now, remember that back there was when the spot gold ETF launched. Look where we are right now, and look where gold is. If I zoom in for you guys, we have the moving averages starting to pull up very, very nicely. We would hover, wait for them to pull up before riding up the next move. And there is the target of around $3,000 on this crazy bull cycle season for gold, is what I would say. We're going to have a look at silver. Silver, guys, I can't even predict silver, but I mean, silver, I would say silver would probably hit triple digits, no problem. Probably hitting at least $300. I mean, I would say that's a 10x for silver. I would say that silver could probably do that in the cycle. Now, are lots of people investing in silver on its own? I don't know, guys. It's a $1.5 trillion market cap. It's used in cell phones. It's used in computers. It's used to conduct electricity. It's used as medicine. I use it as medicine for my patients, my people, and my business. There's so many uses of silver. I think silver is going to stay, but there's a trade value of the amount of use of silver around. And that's exactly why, if I go further down, you can see that Ethereum is also starting to catch up as well. And Ethereum is now bigger than Johnson & Johnson. And I'd like to show you something that's going to make you absolutely laugh, guys, because you can see, not this, but platinum is one of those metals that is also kind of down there, but it's miles below silver as a metal and gold as a metal, as a value in the market. Now, with that being said, silver is a 1.28 trillion. The entire cryptocurrency market cap is about double that, at about a $2.4 trillion market cap today. Gold sitting at 11.4 trillion, or 15 trillion, excuse me. So as you can see, we're really in a space that allows us to make this beautiful joke that I'm about to share with you, because no wonder JP Morgan, is very, very upset with Bitcoin, wants to ban Bitcoin, talk shit about Bitcoin, but in the background is actually buying Bitcoin. And if we look at it, Bitcoin is superseding JP Morgan Chase by like a bazillion miles. And if I have to try and find there you go, JP Morgan Chase, $546 billion. Bitcoin is triple what JP Morgan Chase is as a banking institution. And now realizing that Bitcoin is already at this chart, which was 421 billion, it's larger than all the banks in the world. And I wouldn't be surprised to say that it's probably actually larger than all of the banks in the world combined. I mean, I'd be so bold to say something like that, but really, guys, look at this. These ones are, look at the Bank of IBC, Bank of China, Bank of America, China Construction, Agricultural Bank. China's got the biggest banks in the world, so is America, and that's just where it is. Besides for one of the Japanese and then the Royal Bank of Canada. Now, guys, if all of these banks are going to continue to print money, what does this actually look like? Well, real estate value will continue to increase. So the bubble in real estate continues to increase. Then outflows of some of that comes into Bitcoin, continues to come into Bitcoin. We then see equities also increase in their own cycles through bull moments like we're experiencing right now. Not only that, but we're seeing the world's GDP at $84.6 trillion. Okay, the cryptocurrency is sitting at 2.35, which essentially the American economy is the biggest with about a $21 trillion market. Then China at about a 15 trillion, Japan at 5 trillion, Germany 3, UK at 2.7, India at 2.6, France at 2.6, Italy at 1.8. The rest of the world is about 30 trillion. And then you can see Netherlands is sub 1 billion. Guys, Bitcoin is at a $1.25 trillion market cap. Bitcoin is currently nearly bigger than Italy's market cap as a country. And it is a shit ton bigger than most of the other world economies around the world. That's just what it is. If you guys think that the content that I'm sharing with you here is not convincing enough about Bitcoin, I don't know what to say. Bitcoin and altcoins, guys, because altcoins have their place. They play their role. Use them to make more Bitcoin. Use them to enjoy the benefit of creating financial wealth and financial freedom in your life and your family's life, regardless of what everybody says. Guys, I must say, I have certain family members in my family, and like this is something that's touched my heart, that have, asked me, because I've shown them how much money I've accumulated in cryptocurrency, and they said, well, why don't you sell it, like use it so that you can use it right now and take some profits? And I say, because I know what I'm doing, although I don't, because I'm a degen in the crypto space. But from what I can see and what I'm showing you, I am absolutely and ultimately convicted within myself. And I need not anybody else's conviction but myself. And the same should be applied to you guys in this space. And that's exactly why I want to say to you that with ridiculous shit like